shit type shit. You got it already. I heard the two beats.
You already know the vibes, man. It is the initiates for the flame. Here with another video. This is episode 12, man. Word salad. Title of this video, man. I got Ra. Hopefully AD Jabri pop up in, chop it up with us, man. But we got an exciting show in reference to the things that have been going on in these internet streets, real streets. Got a small segment of the truth is stranger than fiction I want to talk about. Um, Possibly get into some Cat Williams, some Sarah Fontenot reaction videos, things of that nature. But of course, we want to see what y'all got in the chat. We want to see what y'all got in the comments. So be vocal about how y'all feel about what we saying, things that y'all want to talk about, things that y'all want to hear. And another caveat to that conversation is join the Discord, join the Discord, join the motherfucking Discord. Raw, hard at work or hardly working. I don't know. Let us know what's going on
Yeah,
with you,
it's
my boy.
it's 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 hard both ways. You just gotta play the game. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to the family, peace to the family, peace to the collective. Our shades to the ancestors, known and unknown. Yeah, we back at it. As you guys can see, I hope y'all picking up on what we putting down. You're starting to see us a little bit more frequently, and that's just going to increase as we go along, as we get more accustomed with what it is that we're trying to relate to the family. Um, like Big Bro said, we appreciate the opportunity, and yeah, we into word salads today, so let's get to it.
Let's get into it, man. Before we get into all that, you know me, man. I wanna drop a little infomercial for the fam, bam, man. I know if you got a
That's a
little time, man,
that's a
let
fact.
us
That's a
let us
Snapple
know.
fact.
Let us know what's going on the screen, man. We got the Moon Day Practical Approach to Astrology, written by Jabria Lee, man. What's that about? My
Yes, yes, it's a fantastic book. You want to learn how to read yourself by way of the moon, and this is your opportunity. This is about being able to understand one's emotions and one's intentions behind emotions, as well as the stars that correspond with it. So, this book is going to walk you through it. It's essentially going to hold your hand spiritually, and by the end, depending on the intention behind you, the practitioner reading the book, you should be able to have a firm grasp on moon technology and everything that goes with it. So, yeah, Moon Day is a very important piece of work. Shout out to Jabri Ali, aka Breeze, aka A Beautiful Mind. And yeah, I'm just proud that he allowed me to help be the vessel to help facilitate that thing.
Yes, sir, man. And in combination with that, since he is utilizing Deacon astrology to help you
Absolutely.
navigate those streams, you might say six of cards, but I ain't six of cups, but I don't got no tarot cards. Well, you
Hmm.
can get the Moon Day Thoth Tarot bundle, right? Where you can like more or less see the imagery of the card or practice doing your readings, things of that nature. But the bundle is available on what site again? I can't remember.
It's on both sides
MoondayMystic.com
and
Yes,
and
sir.
flameon.com.
FlameOnShop.com.
Yes, sir, man. And last but not least, man, what is this?
Oh,
What is this?
we got that trifecta in the building for you. So you want to learn about the moon? We already spoke on that. But if you want to learn why you got this spell, this money spell hanging over your life right now, this goes into that bundle as well. And to top it all off is the occult manual. Everything that you don't know about what you don't know. And you don't know it until you know it. Jump onto it. Journey to the Being is my first work, and I am very proud of it. The Spell of Fiat was a spirit connotation download that came to me in a weird place at a weird time, and I had to put it down on paper. And of course, Moon Day Mystic. And you get three for $33.33. If that's not the biggest steal in America, I don't know what is.
Yeah, some niggas would do like at least $80 for that.
Of course, man. Join the Discord. All these links are in the description, but you can scan those QR codes, screenshot it, print it out, scan the QR code, however you want to do it. But making it easier for y'all to get access to what we have to offer and how y'all could just move forward with this initiatives for the flame. We want to just say we're grateful and appreciate all the success. Right now, we in the formation of just like aligning the content in a way
Oh,
where
shit.
is much more beneficial and much more knowledgeable and much more attainable and much more relatable. In reference to that, we about to, expand in a way that y'all probably not even ready for, but we're giving you a hint with the blueprint in the background on fire. But what I'm saying? More to come as we begin to fully flesh these things out. We want to bring something completed, something powerful. To whereas when you
You know
see
where
it,
it goes. You want me to
you
refill?
know what
Re up
it
it?
is, and you know what's going on. So, with all of that being said, man, AD was good with you, boy. You
Oh,
came
I'm
in after
good.
the intros.
No, you all good. I'm pretty good. Got a little funky setup. My little mini laptop broke, but I still got my Mac and I got another laptop, so I ain't worried, man. Setbacks ain't nothing, but we just gonna sip that tea, but besides that, just training, trying to just bring things down for the collective, ready to come with a fire show, and just ready to step into some activation. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the Ascended Master.
Yes, sir, man. Before we get into the word salad, I wanted to talk about something that I noticed. It's a real story. It happened like in my city. Well, not my city, the city of Detroit. I just happen to live here. Um, and it's a real tragic story. Real quick, I'm gonna run like the news clipping, and then I'm gonna just try to talk about it from a spiritual angle, and I just want to get y'all thoughts on it, like in reference to like spiritual possession and how it shows up, how you can detect it, can you see it in people, like because it is a matter of death when you really get to it. So I'm gonna let this video rock out. It's about for like 2 minutes.
Killed in a workplace stabbing.
My mama died trying to take care of us.
A McDonald's manager killed in the middle of the morning rush, and police say it was another employee who did it. Jennifer Harris was working her shift this morning when she sent an employee home early. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kimberly Gill.
And I'm Ty Steele. Police say that employee left and then came back and killed her with a knife. This happened at the McDonald's on 9 Mile West, west of Kelly and East Point. Noel Frio is live with the details. Noel, we hear a Good Samaritan stepped in and tried and stop this.
Yeah, that's right. Police say that stabbing happened near this drive-through window behind me. And they say a customer who was in the drive-through stepped in and stopped the suspect from fleeing the scene before police arrived. We've now learned that the victim was a mother of 6. Employees described the terrifying moments inside a McDonald's after a worker attacked a manager with a knife. Police say the employee had been in an argument with the manager that ended with her being sent home.
She left for 5 minutes. She came back with a mask on her face. And the only thing I seen was her hands. That's how I knew it was her.
Family of the victim identify her as 39-year-old Jennifer Harris. She was stabbed multiple times before a customer in the drive-through line intervened, holding the employee at gunpoint until officers arrived.
He had her sitting down there about in the parking lot next to a vehicle, and he had the gun pointed at her. That's when police and all them rolled up.
He did the right thing. He showed, so to speak, heroism. And we really appreciate his assistance because, like I said, otherwise we would have a dangerous criminal right now in public and we would be looking for her, but who knows what else she was gonna do.
Family of Harris described her as selfless, a hard worker who worked to provide for her 6 children as a single mother.
She was the best mom anybody could ever ask for. My mama, she woke up every day and went to work for us. My mama died trying to take care of us.
Her children now in shock at how such senseless violence could have ended their mother's life.
A hard-working woman, so kind.
So like, and now usually I wouldn't normally talk about it, but like I see the spiritual nature undertones in reference to just like, possession. And I feel like in this world, this real ass world, you gotta learn how to sidestep demons, bro. Like you do. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, you come face to face with shit that you feel like, damn, I don't even know where this is coming from. But it's like, um, she got an Instagram page, the person who did this, and like she doing like a lot of Chucky face overlays. Y'all ever seen the movie Chucky? Child's
Yes.
Play. Right, you fuck with Chucky.
Chucky was a childhood favorite. Yes, yes. I did mess with Chucky. Why? What's up?
So like in that movie, he was in Chicago and he about to die. The dude, Chucky is not the killer. Chucky is just a doll. He a vessel. Chucky just a vessel. Chucky an empty vessel, a doll. But he possessed by a serial killer.
Sort of like Ted Bundy, right?
I
Didn't
don't.
Ted Bundy said that it was a dog that used to tell him to kill all of those people. So the dog was possessed. So yeah, the spirit of that serial killer jumped that body and jumped into the doll. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, I mean that's literally the story of Chucky. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, and he utilizing like voodoo, and he like more than likely killing people with a knife type shit.
Mhm,
But it's
mhm.
like, do art imitate life or do life imitate art? And if art imitate life, who's to say if like there aren't like spirits and
In the
demons
art,
in the art that possesses people? Cause
um,
she's not gonna wear a Chucky mask and think like that if she don't see the movie.
no, no, um, there is no other way for that to it to exist other than for spirit to go both ways, right? So we got regular, or rather, right, we have real spirit possession in the real world. There's no way for it not to be in the art because when possession takes form, there is no time clock, right? Like it just happens, right?
Mhm.
So there is no such thing as, oh, you're just gonna be possessed for this little bit of time and then you can go on screen and record your episode or whatever. Like, no, if you possessed, like that shit is going with you everywhere.
And Hood, aren't you also implying, basically saying what she was consuming in a way possessed her?
I mean, it's different degrees to it, regarding the individual. But like I seen Chucky when I was a little kid. I wasn't obsessed with it, but say for instance I would be obsessed with it. I'm sure it would affect my behavior in a certain degree. In some it would have to.
One
If I
thousand percent.
if I
One
immerse
thousand percent.
myself in Chucky.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like if you brought the costume or the mask for Halloween,
Mhm,
if you brought the mask and wore the mask around the house, right?
mhm.
Like
And then I'm
it.
looking for knives. I'm like, oh, let me just grab a
Mhm,
knife, and then I'm fantasizing about stabbing people. Like
mhm.
but then at a certain point, and that's just like I said, different degrees because this person could be a vessel for a larger CIA entity, like MK Ultra type deal. Because when you
Mm,
look at the M for McDonald's, which represents mother, and then like the girl who perpetrated the crime.
I got sent home
Like,
early today.
Wow. Who
I've
is that?
never.
Is that the one
This
that
is the
is that the one that did
this
the
is
killing?
the perpetrator, right? And to me, it seemed like she marketing McDonald's in under the context of
No, my
there's
nigga.
no bad but publicity. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as bad publicity. And it's all about impressions. And
I
then you
think,
can utilize energy to drive that energy to your sigil. Go ahead.
yeah, she already did the ritual, bro.
Yeah,
Like
it's a
after
blood
hearing
ritual.
what she said earlier when
Mhm.
we were playing it in our conversation, and then seeing it now, and then hearing, why it came to you, right? Like the hat and her being at McDonald's, it just happened to be her job. She's
Mhm.
completely adopted the Chucky moniker. Like
Mhm.
she is completely Chucky, bro.
Mhm.
That's different. She ritualized that.
Yeah, bro. That's why I'm
Out of
talking about
hair,
it.
bro. She
Like,
ritualized that, bro.
and then I hope look at her in jail though, bro. Like, tell me when it was the last time you seen somebody with, and people saying it's a sew in or whatever, but whatever the case may be, it's still on her head, and it's not like they like take it off type shit. Like, you can't wear that in here type shit.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But she in there with a different
By the
or
same person.
like this wig she got on, and then watch real quick. It's gonna show her she gonna have a different wig on.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I'm talking about the red hair. Like,
I
I'm looking
know.
at the details of this shit, and the
Seriously.
details don't sit right with me in reference
Nah.
to energy.
How
Like,
she
I'm
get a
seeing.
brand new red wig though?
And then
Bro.
if it is a sew in, then we got to reference that Kelly Rowland movie where they was putting
Hmm.
the wigs on, and then they was killing motherfuckers.
Facts.
Because the truth is always stranger than fiction, ladies and
That's a
gentlemen.
fact, bro. Like that's
Ooh-wee.
crazy, bro. How does she
Ooh-wee.
bro, did somebody bring that to her?
This is what she got. This is her mugshot.
How
This is
does the mugshot hair look better than the hair?
Hey man, chaos magic. You know what I'm saying?
because she posted the day before, like, and then she posted two videos, and she cut the comments off on those videos, but left comments on every other video. But my thing is, when have a person did a PSA, right, in reference to some shit that they about to do, and they just execute it, but they execute it utilizing like character and sigils, like that shit to me is, I ain't never seen no shit like this in 2025. I'm like, yo, I might be the only one that's looking this deep into some shit because it's fucked up, but it's like, for me, like, this is not the second time. This is on 9 Mile and East Point. This is the same area where a young lady saw her brother getting jumped, pulled the blicky out the trunk, and laid down two of them, shot the rest of them. You feel me? And she fighting for a case right now, more or less saying self defense, but prosecutor saying that's, you know what I'm saying, a body. You feel me? So
Yeah.
that area is a highly charged area for chaos.
You said
And
Shot Town, right?
no, this is Detroit. Chucky was in Chi-Town.
So this is super close to home, big bro.
Yeah, hell yeah. I be in these, like, I'm always on 9 Mile.
Hmm. So
But
you're
like,
accustomed to the area too.
Yeah, I'm accustomed to the area, like for real. Like just that whole area, Kelly Avenue is like a Home Depot. Like I always be at that Home Depot. Like it's not even nothing like far out and extreme. And that's like the girl that did it, you know what I'm saying? She's just a regular everyday girl. But I don't feel that this is going to be like a one-off thing. I think we about to see a lot more of these type situations where people don't know how to resolve conflict and they just desensitize to human life. And as human beings, as a mode of survival, you need to know how to act and respond to people, mainly Generation Zs that only watch TV, right?
Hmm.
They only watch their phone. You know what I mean? They don't know
Hmm.
nothing about life, but they need a job and they don't do the job right. They get sent home. Right now
And
they pissed off.
they spaz out. They spaz out.
I tell you, bro, they against me, bro. They against me.
All that type shit.
But you aren't correct me if I'm wrong, big bro. Two times that you're the most susceptible to possession is in youth and in despair, right?
Grief, trauma, but yeah, you
Grief,
can put
trauma,
that
despair.
you can
All
put
of
that
that
all
falls
in
under despair.
one lump.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But also youth, right? Because you wouldn't know any better.
You like when you were a young child and your parent died, mainly when your parent died when you were a young child and you're not able to reconcile it, you're more or less feeling like God is not real and therefore
Hmm.
you more susceptible to demonic possession. Or if your father
Hmm.
not around, just shit that's happening, regular character building
Hmm.
shit that you don't have a way
Hmm.
to like process it or filter it. You then open yourself
Hmm.
up for demonic possession. So whereas that
Hmm.
demon takes control of your whole body, and once she get checked into Macomb County Jail, that demon is gone out of her, and now she's sitting in jail for the rest of her life, not even understanding how, what, when, why, or
Trying to
what.
figure out how the fuck she got here.
Right? She
That's
physically did
crazy,
it,
bro.
but spiritually and mentally and emotionally, she didn't do it. In reference
No, she
to
didn't. It's the same thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it the same thing that they say happens in the heat of a crime of passion, right? Yeah, crime of passion would be essentially if a man caught their significant other in the sexual act with another person. Now, a lot of those guys end up crashing out and killing their partner or killing their partner and the person that they're doing some stuff with. And then either are killing themselves or just, going on the run. But a crime of passion, they say like you lose it from the ability of current consciousness and you go into like uh, 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 a different mode, but it's not you. It's physically your body, but the consciousness is no longer there. Like it's sleep at that point because something
mhm,
else is at the wheel.
mhm. Yeah,
And
I
and
mean,
I
right.
got got
No, I was saying you was right. It's just like black people that grow up in the city and don't have a way to get into nature. That'll create negative
hmm
thoughts, right? The negative
hmm
thoughts come into negative emotions. When you
hmm
are compelled by negative emotions in an instant, or you allow them to build up, you are possessed by a demon.
hmm
That is the vehicle for demonic entities is your negative emotions. So in reference to this life, you have to like get behind all forms of negative emotions, which 150% of the time is you. Generally in reference to laziness, honesty, accountability, you know, figuring out how to balance out energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not perfect. you don't deserve shit. It's hard work. Like a lot of shit. You're not a part of the wealthy class. You're a part of the working class. Like, get your ass up, work out because you'll get to a point where you enjoy working out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to work out is a
Mm-hmm.
crazy shit to say. Like, you don't want to work out. No, you don't want to be fat. Like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be out of
Mm-hmm.
shape.
Right, right.
You want to work out. You just gotta fight through your negative emotions. The demonic entity is perfectly fine with you working and going home. The demonic
Yep.
entity loves a motherfucker that works and go home
That's a
and
fact.
don't do shit
That's a
else.
fact. Yep.
See, in the
He is
Harris
perfectly
book club.
fine with you. Go ahead.
No, I was saying the Harris book club. That's one thing we was getting into in the Outwitting the Devil. Like, I'm even as a child, they always say the devil's time is idle time. And a lot of time when we get home, we come home, we low-key just sit down, look at TV, or we fall into our pleasures and vices.
Hey man, y'all gotta stop doing them Harold Finch book club in secret, man. Y'all gotta at least post a link or something, man.
Man, this
Yeah,
old
y'all
research.
gotta come out the closet with that. Y'all gotta come out the closet with that
Yo,
shit,
chill
boy.
with the come out the closet shit, gang. Yo.
Get off the shelf, player. Get off the shelf, my nigga. Put your shit. At least put your shit on the doorknob on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Like
What they be saying out
put a
here?
sign
let
up.
niggas know. Let niggas know we can knock. Let niggas know we can knock on the door. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
Serpent, what they be saying? I'm just waiting for the right one, just to, listen.
Facts.
But no, it says right here, man.
Nah, but I think I don't want to cut your wisdom
Oh
secret,
no,
bro.
you was it's probably a delay, but it just says demon. D means negative, moon means moon, meaning emotions. Demon means negative emotions, which possesses the mind, body, and spirit. The only way to get rid of it is by aligning with your emotions.
So Hood, so you're saying the key to really avoid possession is to stay present, and the ways to stay present is through journaling, right?
I mean, journaling is a way to like organize your mind. Like somebody was reading like my wife was reading a book and I was like trolling her. Like, you're not remembering shit that you read. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, what you reading on the previous page? She was like, I don't know. And I'm like, shit. It's like we like the cool shit is to get a book, read it. You know what I'm saying? Like I read that. All right, what was it talking about? You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't know. So it's like the value of a book is not in reading it. The value in a book is allowing yourself to take notes. And then from your notes, being able to create creative outlets for your expression. Where like you understanding something and then like applying it or utilizing it or meditating on it, like giving yourself something very structurally in reference to that person that's writing a book. That nigga who wrote the book didn't do it passively, so you shouldn't read it passively. But that goes into journaling as a way to like organize your mind because your mind is not a file cabinet. Your mind is a camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine like what happens when you fucking take so many pictures and have so much shit on your phone. It'll be like storage full. But that's what people do. That's how people are when they have in journal. They storage is full and they can't move no more. They can't think. So you ever be in a place where like you don't know what to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? You just be at the crib, you know what I'm saying? Be a Saturday or a day like this. You like, damn, what should I do? Like, I don't know what I should do. Like, you ain't no parties or you don't got plans. You just sitting in front of your TV or your laptop. You don't know what to do because you haven't journaled. Your storage is full. You know what I'm saying? It can't take no more pictures. So clear your cache by journaling.
You need to empty out. You need to empty out the
Yeah,
draft.
for sure. For sure.
I mean, to me, like what you're saying too is like how people can actually build real knowledge and put it into their own words, so they won't get into the AI, regurgitation scam.
Yeah, I mean, that shit gonna do that shit worse than the fucking cocoa melon, man. It's the cocoa melon for adults. You know what I'm saying? AI, because it's like
Damn, Coco Melon.
specifically
Damn,
wired to like
son.
know you. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
that's
that's so
crazy.
true, bro.
Like it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like 100% dopamine. It's not even gonna tell you like, you know what I'm saying? Chill, bro.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit is overpowering, yo. That shit is
It's
overpowering.
crazy. But man, I feel like we started this Cat Williams shit. Like I don't know how, what, why, but we be spurring shit. I remember when we first started this podcast, one of our first big shows was on Cat Williams. He did Shannon Sharp, and
Hmm.
the shit haven't been the same. So I'm a ever
Ever
since I'm gonna
since.
play couple clips and just check in with our boys, see how our boy is doing. Here on the initiates, let's get us in a good frame. All right. All right, hold on.
No
Yeah,
volume, big bro.
I don't hear it either. Give me a second. There we go.
In a sense,
Yeah.
I actually love that quote.
Yeah. Because I love my dogs.
Yeah. But you had a moment on Club Shay Shay, a couple months back, and that right there was a moment that kind of lifted, shot a shooting star for Shannon, right? And just that ecosystem of conversations. And you were very candid, but you were very peaceful while you're saying these things, right? A lot of kind of sound bites came out of that. That single moment to me, like I say, changed Shannon's whole conglomerate that he got going on. But it brought more awareness and more attention. Maybe more
biggest
than
interview of the year.
That was one of the biggest ones, I would say.
The biggest interview in YouTube history. So those aren't the same things.
They're not the same things.
Yeah.
But even with that being said,
Yeah.
I don't think he was ready for that moment. Like, how did that, from an outsider, how did that change his life at that moment? And how did that change your life at that moment? Not your life in general, but at that moment, how did life change?
The interview had to go to somebody. If I know beforehand what I'm capable of delivering, then I also know to be judicious in who I'm picking to get that. If I know Cat, he's only comfortable if he got the drop on you when he come to get interviewed anyway, because he wants to make sure that you don't flip on him. But all Shannon was gonna get was a blessing, and that was all I was there to make sure that happened.
You ain't got to drop on anybody here, do you? This is the blessing. This is the blessing part of the interviews, you know? This is the blessing part of that podcast.
Right. Well, I'm saying in my personal business, you can either do the dirt or you can know the dirt. I'm one of the chosen high-ranked know the dirt individuals, right? And so dirt responds as they should when the vacuum walks in.
So, do you believe in good people versus bad people, and good and evil, in reference to like spiritual knowledge versus lack of spiritual knowledge? So, if good is bad, then also ignorance and smart have to exist too. And do you judge based on those concepts? You get what I'm saying or no?
Yeah, I get what you're putting down.
Cause I feel like Cat Williams, he think like he better than people, and he might be, but I just personally don't believe in physical things or validation as being confirmation. because I seen a lot of great motherfuckers fall.
And he only
No, you're not crazy, big bro. Reason why I can deal with Cat Williams, right? Siege, I know that that's a particular character, and a particular character for his fan production he's put. But when it comes to the person, I particularly care for because right, that's unnecessarily. Like to know what you should know, what you know, and nobody else knows it. I am a government aid. That means I am a what the majority of you know. I am supposed. He is egotistical and right? Like there's a teaching Curry how to shoot. Come on, like, bro. Too, so I'm just gonna rock with shit like that. Is exactly he takes credit for shit and wants credit for shit that it's when he's just a government agent. That's how.
Hey gang, try leaving and coming back. It's I think Hood was trying to see what's up with the sound and stuff, but we heard you. My reply to that is that he only got hot again because he started sneak this and being messy like a female. He literally got on Shannon Sharp and start talking about other niggas gang. It's not like he was up there saying this is what I got going. People are hating on me. They have attacked me. No, this man, you know, them boys. I should have been doing that type of energy. So we gotta really like peep that. Like I don't see anything that Cat Williams had going on. Like sure, he probably had a show, but you gotta think about it. People do certain things just to advertise stuff for what they got going on.
I don't know what was going on. I had to restart my shit. That shit was scary.
Yeah. What
the hell that was? What the fuck?
And then nigga Cat heard us talking shit. He was like, oh, none of that.
Yeah, he tried to put in that.
You know, ever since he thought he opened up that portal, you know, niggas been on nuts.
Cat was like, I am better than you niggas.
Because it's just like, and that's the thing for black people. It's always got to be some messy shit to go on for motherfuckers to tune in or be like, oh shit, like, oh, you see Cat, what Cat did up with Cat Hard. He a smoke blower. He ain't talked about all the greats. He ain't exposed all them. He got on Ricky Smiley ass. Like,
yeah, like he showed us a space and that we really ain't even need to see for real in reference to comedians beefing. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't had to see that.
Yeah, I don't remember the last person that was like, damn, son, I can't believe these niggas is beefing. Like, no one cares, bro. Like, just like no one cared that you were outside looking like a crackhead when a 14-year-old beat your ass in the street. Like, nobody cared. You know what I'm saying? Like, you's a funny nigga. Like, that's what we expect from you. Like, nobody's getting any philosophy points from him.
He swear though.
He swear he's a philosopher, bro. Like this nigga swear he's like Rudolph Steiner or something. Like I can't with this dude.
Cat Williams be like, I'm the type of person who sees
Yeah,
both
like,
sides of the grass,
bro.
and when that grass shrivels, hood,
you're not moving no mountains, bro.
Like, just imagine, like, your campaign of you coming back on and getting interviews is you shit talking a nigga.
Yeah, like, how could you stand on some pious and righteous perch, right? And at the same time talk shit about people? Like, that don't even make sense, bro. So everybody you get to talk shit about? Everybody?
Who's worth the value to talk about him?
Nobody. The only person talking about him is Ali Sadiq, because they got comedy beef. There's only two niggas talking about this nigga, him and Ali Sadiq. Bro, he hasn't said anything since the Shannon interview that moved the needle for me, so I don't know.
Well, maybe it's a form of marketing for whatever you got going on, and then also knowing like that's the thing that people are more drawn to.
Facts.
Versus like trying to teach or trying to, give people value. Where I personally feel like the way that things is going now, it created a huge opening for knowledge based on how people have been just, doing reels and TikToks and like short form content where people can't really learn from that. Where now, I mean, all the beef shit aside, where do that leave us when it's all said and done? You know what I mean?
And that's the real question, right? Like, I think when I look at it and listen to what you just said, you're absolutely right. His interview was the impetus to create a huge vacuum for information to be assimilated by whomever wanted to partake in it, whoever wants to partake in it. But on the flip side, like you said, I don't know how much that is going to lead to a benefit or not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if there is that much positivity that's going to come from that. I do know it did create a vacuum of opportunity for people, but all opportunity ain't good opportunity. We learning that shit the hard way.
Yeah, and it's like, I feel like he did a good thing on Shannon Sharp, and of course he's gonna go on a comedic tour, make money in reference to like what he generated with that. And
he probably got a special coming real soon.
Exactly.
And getting paid to get on people's podcasts and talk. That right there.
He more than likely has a special coming real soon.
And then it's like, when you've been around for a long time and people, your name ring bells and you do certain things and make people have a profound love for you. It's like, it's always going to be that person who out popping and doing their thing. Like Desi Banks. Niggas love Desi Banks. They going to give him love. But at the end of the day, motherfuckers probably going to be like, shit, he ain't cat though.
Like I said, I love Cat as a comedian, but even as that, bro, he's not even in my top 10.
I'm still upset him getting his ass beat by the little kid.
Nah, that's funny as hell. I ain't upset. You should have been out there, nigga.
I mean, shit. Cat. People like Cat Williams. They got to figure out different ways to market themselves. They have to, because he not going to be on no movies like Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? Or Eddie Murphy even. They not giving him nothing, so he got to figure out more creative ways to market. And in reference to like spiritual stuff and God and all of this, like we are in a capitalistic society. So the concept of God and the ways for which we understand God and all that, we got to really re-examine it for real. Or else we're going to be like, well, God bless Cat Williams and he ain't going to bless me. But like,
that is a wild take. If you get that far, you fucked up. Yeah.
And plus, what Cat gonna say about Kevin Hart and all them guys getting movies? He's gonna say they got their ass took and they wear dresses. You know, that's gonna be his main excuse.
Yeah, I feel about that the same way I feel about the out of Africa theory. Who gives a fuck? Like, you niggas is still talking about. Like, honestly, bro, like, you niggas is still talking about this shit, bro. Like, listen, man. I never seen none of y'all niggas complain about Mrs. Doubtfire. Like, I ain't never seen niggas complain about none of that shit. Tu Wong Fu and all that. Well, yeah, y'all did. Y'all complained about that because Wesley Snipes was a woman. But yeah, I only see y'all talk about that. Niggas talk about that shit when it's a black man dressed up like a woman. Why is that? If every other actor and actress does this thing, why is it a problem when black people do it?
There, you know, Here Come Cat was a humiliation ritual.
You got that voice down good, bro. You got that voice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Brother Panic had a whole chapter in his book about this shit, you know. So I do think it is some form of a stereotype because where, you know, I think it all have to reduce back down to the part like one of the major breakthroughs for me over this past couple months was the fact that we were actually property, like for a long time, property as a status. Whatever we can feel like we're a great person, but under law, we are property. So therefore, it's like our ways of being propagandized against and stereotyped against is specific and is calculated, and it is a thing. You know, everything that we go through is a result of some form of institutional trauma. You know, if we don't really understand it, because we either go and just, like I said, work and go home. And if we could take care of something financially, that's really the bar for us, you know. But like understanding life in its totality from the deeper spiritual levels, we not really beat for that, no, in these days and times. And the irony to that is that shit, we need spiritual technology and spiritual information now more than ever.
Facts.
But let's get into. I want to examine. You know any background about this lady with Sarah?
That's her sister.
This is her sister.
That's her sister right there.
She seemed married, and she seemed like she's.
Yeah, her sister is married. Her sister is married.
Right, but it also seemed like she enjoys a healthy serving of word salad. So let's get into it.
Lego.
I do not want to be independent. I want to be so codependent. I need my husband. I want my husband. I want to follow his lead. That's how God created me. He created me in a way to follow. He created me as a helpmate. He created me as the opposite to Adam, right? Okay. I always tease and say, biblically, if you read Genesis, God looks at everything and was like, oh, the light's good. The darkness is good. The plants are good. The animals are good. The man, oh, he ain't good. That's not good.
Not good at all.
But you know what's going to make it good? He needs a woman. Okay. So
Yo, that shit
So
was cold.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's just cold how she just did that. Like, she basically just interjected some shit.
She just snuck that shit in there, bro. Like, yeah.
Like, how do you know what God was thinking? And then why are we correlating Adam and Eve with man and woman when we know that couldn't be biologically possible?
Yeah, I mean, spiritually, we know that to be masculine and feminine, but we should just let her cook, right? I mean,
I'm gonna put Adam to sleep. I'm gonna take his rib of my rib. I'm gonna make woman from man, and they go together. They are a unit.
Yin and the yang.
That is the whole point. That is the fact of life. And should it be that way? Absolutely, yes. We need men. Men was made first, if you want to call it fair or not fair.
so two things, real quick. First thing, she couldn't help but throw in the little caveat on top of the man being asleep and God going to furnish the woman from the rib by saying, save the best for last.
Get on.
Second, she clearly had to end this last portion of what she's saying with another dig. So even though she seems like a happy woman, she got some jade to her.
Get on.
Yeah, I it's like Chameleonaire and Paul Wall. You know what I'm saying? Like so I'm gonna write a book one day. I don't know when, but I'm gonna really, before I get off this motherfucker, I'm gonna write a book titled "How Are You Going to Treat That Man?" Because a lot of times with covering, providing, and protection, is not a lot of satisfaction that is entailed into that said covering. And so anything that you have to do outside of said covering, the thought then, like the seed of it is like, do I need a man at all? And even if you say yes to that question, the position of the question is disingenuous because you never ask yourself, damn, do I even need my right hand? Do I even need my left leg? You always assume that you needed it because you had it. Same way you was created out of masculine and feminine. So I go back to the deepest psyop is this shit right here. The deepest spiritual shit that's going on right now, right here, is individuality. And every form of spirituality and religion that they use as a form to support individuality, when the Bible don't even talk about individuality, or the Quran don't even talk about individuality. Everything is communal. So like,
And it's and it's like in a way of form, it's like to a certain extent you kind of goofy if you out here single.
it just depends though. Like, it depends on how people looking at it now. Because if you can pull niggas or if you can pull women, you more or less prone to be single. If you can't, you pushing the line for relationships. That's the war. Ain't no baddies and ain't no top tier niggas on these podcasts for real. In a reference to if they not trying to grift or scam. But more likely, if you can have it your way, you ain't about to talk about it.
I feel like God got to take a second, ponder, and be like, it'd be better. No, I'm just playing. Kinda. But that's what the thing about. Absolutely, yes. We need men. Men was made first, if you want to call it fair or not fair. I feel like God got to take a second, ponder, and be like, it'd be better. No, I'm just playing. Kinda. But
ain't that a shot?
Yeah,
but
it's like she took a hezzy before she shot.
That's definitely a shot.
Like a cool jab step, then she just hit the three.
Genetics suggests that modern female came first. It only makes sense because a female has to birth new life into the world.
That's
Yeah.
what Eve was.
I mean, but yeah, I'm like esoterically, her name means first.
I mean, I thought that's what Eve was.
Christmas Eve.
This is why this is word salad. Like the way the spiritualist sees this is just like, what is she referring to? Like she like at the same time while she's throwing little subtle digs, she's at the same time depleting her own power. Like she's lessening and lessening herself, even though she thinks she's bigging up the woman at the same time. That's the crazy part.
I feel like God got to take a second, ponder, and be like, you know, it'd be better. No, I'm just playing. Kinda. But the thing about it is, yes, we absolutely need men. And I really feel as though if women could be a woman, if women acted like women
instead of men,
because
they're acting like men,
we'd have better men.
I feel
because
strongly.
men.
These are some interesting points, man. So, in relation to your development, is related to internal things, right? It's until you deal with relationships, and then it's completely related to one another. Like when women are acting like women, then men would be better. It's like men gonna have to be better regardless. But I don't know. I'm gonna let it rock.
Also have to like defend themselves.
I also feel like women, we hold the standard.
Yeah.
And I mean, if we all went to a space of, I'm not sleeping with you just because you brought me to dinner. If we all came from a space, even if you're not making.
Gang, go back just like 3-4 seconds before this, so I can just hear it one more time together.
Themselves.
I also feel like women, we hold the standard.
Yeah.
And I mean, if we all went to a space of, I'm not sleeping with you just because you brought me to dinner.
Then we wouldn't take you to dinner. It's called deductive reasoning, man.
Yeah, because I was just say, like, if they hold the standard and then she relates to sleeping, it's like, so you're saying like the sex is the goal and that's the standard. So it's like you giving up the box. It just like didn't make sense to me in a way, because it's like, how? Because
it's like a date means dick at the end.
Right.
That's what a date is. So if it ain't no dick at the end, then it ain't no date. Well, women, like, they think that niggas actually want to go to dinner and do that type stuff. Therefore, they feel like it's like a mutual thing, but a man is only doing a lot of shit because he want to smack.
Man.
So when you say, all right, if women decide, all right, we not about to have sex with guys, then if you tell me from the door, all right, no matter what you do, we not gonna have sex, why would I then do things? You know what I mean?
These are very good questions, big bro.
I'm just asking. Feel free to spam in the chat.
We all came from a space, even if you're not making, $100,000 as a woman, but you're covering your own basic bills, right? And you're taking care of yourself, right? In an aesthetic way is what I'm saying, and in a spiritual and a mental way.
Go to the gym,
If
drink
you
the
were,
water,
yes,
eat the
oh
salad.
my gosh, talk to God. If you were being that woman, and then you went dating from that space instead of actually being a brokey as a woman, in facts, instead of actually being this wounded.
So I think, once again, it's the woman's way. They referencing women acting like men, but they are then incorporating men ideologies into choosing a relationship partner. Basically, like, men have to have money to get a woman. Women can work at McDonald's and get a man. Women don't have to have a job to get a man. They don't have to have their shit together to be a man. They have to immerse themselves in that man and commit to that man, be devoted and loyal to that man. It's all intrinsic, relational, emotional things that she brings, spiritual protection. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Do they ever talk about this?
Nah, all I heard was about getting your bread right. I ain't heard nothing about hitting God when they was even bringing God into it.
And I would say if we talking about being in a relationship with a man, I think it's the game that I would give any woman is be specific on how you going to treat that man. Get locked into that, fixate on that, because that is going to allow you to exist in a relationship with the man because you learn how to give unconditionally. And the benefits of that are natural because you chose a great man. You didn't choose a stupid ass, weird ass man.
Hurt person. Like if we actually would focus on, that's what I focus on this. Somebody said, is Sarah about marriage or is she not? Like I can't tell. Like she's a chameleon, and they've been coming for me on the internet, and I'm like,
I don't ever read the comments because you guys are mean and rude for absolutely no
they've
reason.
remade.
So.
They responded to different videos that I've done or different interviews that I've done,
But
and I don't
never,
care.
I never read the comments, but I'm just
no. This is what the video was saying.
Oh, the video.
Yes, the video.
Someone
responded.
remade a video.
Yeah, they responded to one of my interviews.
Okay, that's fair.
Now this is the thing. I am pro self-love. That's what I am pro. And I feel like when you have self-love, you are a better person to attract a better person. Now, I also definitely believe in connectedness. I definitely believe in love.
I'm pro riding a bike and driving a car at the same time, Ra.
You could do that?
Yes, I drive a bike and I ride a car at the same time. And this is the advice I'm giving you, Ra, so you can get to work tomorrow. Ride a bike and drive a car at the same time. Because I'm pro riding a bike and driving a car. And I'm guaranteeing you that when you drive to work, you can ride a bike and drive a car at the same time. I have a wig on.
Pulling my chain, big bro. You pulling my chain. Like you yanking that shit right now, big bro.
Now you can do both. She said, I believe in self-love and connectedness. Some fine shit gonna tell you she believe in self-love and connectedness. Boy, you better run. She love her. She love her some her. You don't have to compare.
Like, holy shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Self-love is self-love. Connectedness is connectedness because self-love, connectedness is selfless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interdependency, meaning that like shit, we are on a string of our dependency on with one another. Imagine we trying to get this shit together and you like, man, this don't even really reflect how I love myself today. I'm not even going to help you today with your business. I got to love myself today. And I'm telling you, this is just generally how it's going to give up. But then don't be confused why the situation don't pan out into like a man worshiping you as a goddess. Because a goddess is as a goddess does, and a goddess gives. Like God gives light. The goddess doesn't take away light. Goddess gives like God gives. Deities give. Entities provide. And don't want nothing in return. To which when deities exist in that fashion, guess what humans do? They worship that deity.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine if God said, you know what, this year I'm about to do all self-love.
All self-love. That's it. Just this year.
I ain't even gonna worry about them humans today. I'm gonna just self-love. Mm-hmm. And damn floods start taking place.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe God is on his self-love journey. Now that I think about it, this shit going to shit.
You
You
said
know,
shit going to shit?
this country going to shit real fast. AD in St. Louis, he know what I'm talking about.
Hell in a handbasket?
He know what I'm talking about. AD, let's go to the Chinese store in East St. Louis.
Chinese store shit. We can go to the smoke shop. It's gonna be all types of shit going on.
Let's travel late night in East St. Louis and let's go to a store.
Man,
Look around, see what
won't
happens.
see a nigga that look like you.
Mhm.
That's behind the counter and shit.
It's crazy out here, man.
And passion and all of those things. And at the same time, this is the thing. I am pro self-love. That's what I am pro. And I feel like when you have self-love, you are a better person to attract a better person. Now, I also definitely believe in connectedness. I definitely believe in love and passion and all of those things. And at the same time, it's not even logistically possible for every woman to be married. And I also don't think that.
Hey, remember when we talking about this last time? 2 women per nigga.
No, I want to hear Hood response. I want to know what Hood got to say to her logistics.
2 women per nigga, man.
Hood, what about the logistics, Hood? It's not even enough men to marry all of these women.
Legalization of the pill as well as other forms of contraception, public nudity, pornography, premarital sex, homosexuality, masturbation, alternate forms of sexuality, and abortion all followed. And then after what followed that, polygyny, where men were able to have more than one wife. In that way, every wife had a husband. Yay! You did it. You did it logistically. Women said, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about having my own man, and I'm just going to have a man. And then guess what? When I get into the situation, I'm not going to worry about what I can get out the situation. I'm just going to pour into the situation and make it the best situation possible. Jealousy is a negative emotion. I need to correct that. Insecurity, a negative emotion. I need to correct that. Like all of these particular concepts, they'd be like, oh no, I can't do that. But then say, logistically, I might not ever have a man at all. If the roles was reversed, would you share a wife?
No. No, I'll just be a monk, nigga. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like, if she gotta have variety, she could go. I'll just be by myself. I'm good.
Not if she had to have variety, just in a sense where.
So everybody can have somebody?
Like, it's 50 niggas at your door type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just how it is.
And everybody's supposed to get
in order for this shit to work, the chief was like, all right, five men can have one wife just for peace. Would you leave the village?
I'm out of the village, my guy.
So many niggas in that village gonna go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be the nigga in the text chain trying to find Bonnie Blue, right? Like, I'm not gonna be one of these niggas trying to hit that shit with a Scully and a do-rag on. Like, I'm leaving the village. I'm leaving the village, bro. I'm good.
So that means that when you meet a woman, she never had previous sexual partners because you know sex is marriage.
That doesn't mean that, sir. That doesn't mean that. Your comparison is 50 niggas at the door. Like, yo, when my team
not even my turn. I'm just saying that's the outcome if you don't do it. So in order for it to not be that, they just created a system that says that women, like, you know what I'm saying, matriarchy. right?
Oh, so you're saying the 5 to the 1 woman is just essentially like she's had 5 partners in her. Okay.
She just you just gotta like you can't stick to her. You know what I'm saying? Because it's other niggas that's never gonna get no ass.
Mhm.
And you wouldn't even be in a like I don't think it'll be logical to like say, all right, y'all 4 niggas ain't gonna get no ass for the rest of y'all lives. That's gonna like what the niggas gonna do?
They gonna try to take over the village and get all
They
the
going
About-
crazy.
you talking about something different. Now you talk. See, this is why we partners, right? No, nigga, I'm not changing my shit just so another nigga can have another opportunity, my nigga. No, my nigga, I'm not basing me going after a particular partner on if everybody gonna be able to get some. No, my nigga. If niggas is in the camp that can't get no buns, that's their problem.
Damn.
It's not an egalitarian approach to life and my spirituality, my nigga. Like I'm not gonna not be me so another nigga could get some buns. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, man, this is what happened in the goddamn 1700s, man.
You know it was. You know it was. Why? Because it was niggas like you running around the camp with 10 wives, right? And you telling everybody else in the camp that they should just be loving each other and sharing. But your 10 wives stay in your fucking concubine, nigga. Nobody ever sees your 10 wives unless they serving dinner. You know, they doing the clothes and shit. They getting the water for the rest of the fucking village. But they ain't smashing nobody. But you gonna tell the rest of the squads everybody should share. Sharing is caring. Y'all niggas get
But when I had the meditation and drum circles, niggas was looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like,
y'all niggas can get the fuck out of my face with that. I'm good.
when I was doing the rituals, niggas like I was retarded. So I'm like, all right, fuck.
I will be a monk, my nigga. Like, that's it. I'm not doing the sharing is caring because we got incels in the village. I'm not doing that.
Nah, now they gotta be is.
That shit.
You just described them as niggas that was never gonna get buns.
Nah, but in a normal world they would have. But the ways of the situation, like it could have been a virus that came through, and a large percentage of the women have transitioned, and now you got 100 men and 10 women. What do you do? I mean, I know that polyandry existed for those reasons. You know what I'm saying? But polygyny exists. My whole point is polygyny and polyandry don't exist in a vacuum. It don't exist because niggas is cool. It exists because I know more niggas that die than women that die. It's more traumatic and crazy when a woman die, but it's more desensitized when men die. Men die all day, every day. Nobody gives a fuck. Go about their regular day.
Nobody bats an eye.
But at the end of the day, it's more women and more men the older that they get. Mm-hmm. So in reference to that particular solution, if you want a husband, the solution is polygyny. And don't fucking clutch your pearls when you've been marching for the Pride Parade for the past 10 years. Mm-hmm. LGBTQ plus P, nigga. Mm-hmm. Plus and P. What's the P?
Why is there not a P in there?
Polyandry, polygyny, and polygamy.
Why is there not a P in there?
Why is it not? Right? But we can do, but this is, I don't even care no more about polygamy because y'all kicked the doors open with the pride shit. Mm-hmm. Polygamy is not worse than anything pride related, and let's argue.
No, they blew the doors off of that shit. Just with the sexual liberation, they blew the doors off that bitch.
Let's argue, because in reference to sexual revolution, if sex is marriage, y'all opened yourselves up to be polygamous anyway.
Yeah, y'all got about 60 marriages under y'all belt right now.
They ain't ready for that convo, bro.
A piece.
Sex is either marriage or some piece of paper that you file at the clerk of courts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, if if a nigga spilled in you, y'all married. Y'all married. That's the consecration right there. Once that shit is spilled into another specimen, that is the consecration of
Yeah,
the marriage
that's
right
called
there.
DNA merge right there.
Mm-hmm. So y'all married, whether
So
y'all got that paper or not.
all this single shit is cap.
Facts.
It's super
And
cap. Because
that's
the main reason why it's super cap is because I bet you every woman, probably every dude too, but every woman and every dude probably that says they're single has a roster. Well, not every dude, but definitely
Nah. When you
definitely woman.
go ahead, yeah, you right. Single, you got hoes for it.
Mm-hmm. Single women got hoes.
That's just the way you should.
Believe in connectedness. I definitely believe in love and passion and all of those things. And at the same time, it's not even logistically possible for every woman to be married. And I also don't think that
Statistically, like
no,
there's not enough
logistically,
men.
there's not enough. Like if you think about the logistics of it all, there are more women than there are men, right? And then you got to think of straight men, right? Then there's all of these different things that start happening in these different filters that make the accessibility to a good actual husband that's just not married yet, like a good person that would make a good husband.
So this is the talking point. Every time I hear the talking point, not this specific talking point, but any talking point where a woman is devoid of treating a man good, this talking point or talking points like it come up. So whereas now statistically there ain't no such thing as a good man because of this, and there ain't enough women, but your fine ass. If your fine ass had the capability to treat any man good, lock in with any man, you think he gonna be like, you know what, Sarah? I ain't fucking with your ass. Get the fuck out of here. Take your ass go. You keep treating me good, trying to soak my feet. Tired of this shit. Why is you cooking me these goddamn good ass meals? Why is you so attentive and loving and loyal, Sarah? Get the fuck out of here. I can't take this shit.
Nah, for real. Someone could be on the outside of your relationship and be like, they won't last long. I don't see why they together. And it's like, she treat him good as hell. That's why he ain't left her.
That's the secret key to this shit.
Secret sauce right there, nigga.
What you know about getting a surprise party and seafood boils and shit on regularly? Like, come on now.
You know,
you gonna leave her alone?
The key is when you hear them say that they single and then you ask them when the last time they had sex. That's when we start getting the real brass tacks and things. When last time you had sex? I'm single. When's the last time you fucked up?
Husband and passion and all of
my fault.
No, you good.
You seen that
It's
reel?
just not statistically speaking.
Where
And
that
same with
kid was just like, hey, nah. That's how they gonna be.
women. A lot of us are wounded because we didn't know our dads. We're wounded because, whatever it may be. And so it is a systemic thing. And then you get into the economy, and we don't have a black economy, and there's so much
wrong with the world.
There's so
okay.
especially
Jesus
in the
is coming
black
back
world.
soon. Repent. No.
Jesus is coming back soon. That's where we taking it.
I mean, we might as well. She done covered all around the gamut already. Like, Jesus walks.
Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Join the Discord. Follow me on OnlyFans, things of that nature, man.
Yeah, I'm getting my Snickers 2 account back up.
Yeah.
But it's in the restoration, as far as you say, as accountability. It's so hard because women nowadays, we don't have to be held accountable because we're doing it. But it's in the restoration, as far as you say, as accountability. It's so hard because women nowadays, we don't have to be held accountable because we're doing everything.
Oh my God. Pause. Whoa. I'm sorry. Women don't have to be held accountable because we do everything.
Because we're doing everything.
Do you have a logical or sensical interpretation of what she just said?
I gotta hear this shit again, bro.
I'm asking for a friend, bro.
But in the restoration, as far as you say is accountability, it's so hard because women nowadays, we don't have to be held accountable because we're doing everything.
Oh my God. Pause. Whoa. I'm sorry. Women don't have to be held accountable because we do everything.
Because we're doing everything.
What does being accountable mean? Being accountable means taking full responsibility for your actions, decisions, and consequences without blame, denial, or excuses. So women don't have to take full responsibility for their actions, decisions, and their consequences without blame, denial, or excuses. Then if they don't have to do that, then what do they have to do? In reference, like, this is what this lady is saying, and I don't want to sound like mean, but
Not being facetious at all, my guy.
yeah, if you don't have to be accountable, mean take full responsibility for your actions, then what do you have to do?
Just be pretty. Just be pretty.
Then you can't say because we're doing everything. That would be one of the main reasons why you need to be accountable. If you was doing nothing, then you don't need to be accountable for nothing. But doing everything, meaning that whatever turnout, whatever outcome you get, you're responsible for it. And so the ways for which that any human being runs away from accountability, you're not hurting anybody by making this talking point. You're only hurting yourself.
No, you're actually showing the lack of intellect on your behalf by saying something like that. Because like you said, that makes zero sense. Accountability comes from the act, right? So if you commit and do the act, right, then you are absolutely accountable for how that act turns out, whether good, bad, or indifferent. You do A, you are responsible for A. You don't do A, you are not responsible for A. I don't know any other way to say that.
It's just crazy. Let's let her
A to Z, which is everything, right? That will cover everything within the gamut. If you do A through Z, then you're responsible and accountable for A through Z.
Mm-hmm.
Doing everything. So let's say Sarah, let's take Sarah's perfect specimen. You pay all your own bills. You run your own business. You pay your own payroll. You got employees. You got your business about you. You know how to cook. You know how to clean.
But I hire those.
But if you had to do it yourself,
it's true. I know
if
how.
maids fell off the planet of the earth,
Yo,
you know how to.
So that's being accountable.
Yeah, listing your accolades or listing the things that you actually do is accountability. We cooked, bro.
If you're cleaners,
no, their names. I just use their specific names.
Okay, well, if Annie first, her name's not Annie, but when you say, "Hey, girl, can you get over here and do what you do?"
Oh Lord, okay.
Whether you outsource or not,
yeah,
you're doing everything.
Okay.
So in that sense, if I'm coming into a new relationship and I already do everything, and I'm used to doing everything, and you don't take anything off my plate as far.
So everything except connecting with me in what you are positively charged in, emotionally and astrally. The sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? Really just the sauce on it. Like, like everything is not what you do. Everything is everything. So the absent-mindedness in reference to like I guess it's just that men get so disconnected from what they need out of a relationship, and they are more in tune to like just being in the thing and existed within the thing, and like and then have to really like take care of the maintenance of the particular ship. That then if you are the one that is patching up the holes on the ship and another person is just sitting back on the ship like, oh, this is pretty easy. You know what I'm saying? But if you got to keep the sails up and do all of these particular things, I think that if you ever find a good man that is a protector and a provider that covers you, you shouldn't then think about all the things that you need to do for you. Protection and covering and providing deserves priority in reference to how you going to relate to this person. Because this person is going to die for you theoretically. Why not treat him good? Why not concentrate on how much he making your life so much easier? Is y'all there or y'all moving around?
No, I'm right here because it's like listening to that. I feel like that makes your life easier when you're doing those particular things because it's like you're not caught up into and like what this person doing. You just caught up into what you're doing for them, and they gonna be doing so much back for you. I just never, unless you like out here choosing shitty people, I just never seen a relationship where someone's doing so much for somebody and they just didn't give a fuck.
Right. That's weird.
Like I just feel like if you going through that, then you choosing to put yourself through that.
Or you deal with hood niggas type shit where that's how they giving it up.
Because you know it's plenty of motherfuckers that will show they love and like you and want to be with you. It's just that some women get turned off by that shit for some reason, and I think that's immaturity.
What part did I miss?
We were just talking about how basically the same shit. I'll let this part play again, but she was just basically saying, you know, what a man must do for her, and she wasn't like the impetus isn't like what she's going to do for a man. And the reality is that I honestly think that pussy is the only thing that is there, and that's the only thing that they feel like they need in reference to like making this ship go.
When you say, "Hey, girl, can you get over here and do what you do?"
Oh Lord, okay.
Whether you outsource or not,
Yeah.
you're doing everything.
Okay.
So in that sense, if I'm coming into a new relationship and I already do everything and I'm used to doing everything and you don't take anything off my plate as far as doing everything, even if that means you're not paying for the outsourcing of me to, hey girl, can you come over and do that thing you do when you're in my house and when you leave it's clean like magic, okay? Then what is the point of you? Like if you've, why do I have to be held accountable to somebody who's not changing my life?
Maybe because before you got to that nigga. Maybe because you as an individual are responsible for your existence. Maybe, I don't know, because Adam and Eve decided you were necessary, right? Like, I don't know.
Brought up the Adam and Eve.
And why would I follow your lead if I don't feel like you're going anywhere? So now men don't know how to lead because I don't have anyone who will follow, but I'm not having anyone who will follow because I'm not exhibiting the leadership qualities, but because you're not giving me an opportunity, but because I don't know how to be a man because I was probably only raised by my mom, and my mom doesn't know how to be a man because it takes a man to raise a man. And it's like this never-ending story of now I can't be a leader because she won't let me lead her because she saw her mom work 3 jobs and she knows how to do everything all by herself. And here I come as the man and I don't know how to be a man because I was raised by my mom. And now that I'm raised by my mom and I'm being a man and I don't have any leadership qualities because I never led anybody, but now I also don't have the wherewithal to take on any of the things off of your.
Wait 1 fucking second. Hold the fuck up. Stop the motherfucking presses. Wait a second. 100% wait the fuck up. Hold on. Stop the wait.
We need the sound effects for this one, right?
What the fuck? Who woke up and said, I need a leader? At what point was that? The word gregarious is in my mind, but I don't even know what that shit word. Gregarious statement, sociable statement, or of animals living in flocks, loosely organized communities. Yeah, it's just like, oh, confused with egregious, outstandingly bad, shocking. Yeah, this egregious take. That's the word I'm looking for.
So you know the saying, right? They say, in order to be a leader, you need to be a follower, right? I don't really like that saying, right? I like to revert the saying and say, be a student first, right? Because it's like you said, you never just wake up and be like, I need a leader. You probably woke up and thought you need to learn some shit. You probably realize how much you don't know and what you need to be aware of. But
never in the history of life. Think about a Chinese nigga that's working in a rice field with a wife. Think about the Indian nigga who's working in the back of a washing dishes for 10 hours, going home to some goddamn curry rice with his little Indian wife because they have been breeded and groomed to love and date each other. Because we are not groomed and bred to fucking pair bond, now all of these hoes need a leader. And every nigga is not a leader. That don't even make sense.
But women are smarter than us. So they say. Don't they mature faster? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the saying.
Them
Yeah.
is facts. My son's is dumb as hell. And daughter 18.
I can attest to that. I can attest to that part. That part fits. Like I was a little dummy, right? Like that part fits. But platonic. No, let's just say this. Possibly, could you possibly judge a leader from afar?
I mean, it's not no such thing as a leader in the grand scheme of things in reference to information, knowledge, and access to knowledge. If I'm smart and know things that you don't know, don't necessarily make me a leader. It just means I know more shit than you.
Facts.
So a person might have a trust and now he the leader of trust, but all he would have to do is tell everybody how to have trust, and will he be a leader in that thing? It's like we get confused with our egos and we choose and based on our egos. And it's like you might not have a leader, but you might have a nigga that's a soldier. Do soldiers not deserve women? He not a leader, he a follower. He on the 5th grade of the battalion. He in the 5th row on the front line. Just a regular soldier. He not a leader. It's only one general. So the general is the only nigga that's gonna get girls. In a hypothetical situation, yeah, but in real life, we all gotta get cracked. We all gotta smash, and we ain't smashing leaders all the time.
Do you come out the womb capable of leading?
No, leading is not even a real concept.
But leading is learned, then, right?
Leading is mind control capitalism. You a human being.
Mm-hmm.
You could be living in fucking mountain of Peru if you knew how. It's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Leadership is a game.
Mm-hmm.
She's sitting here reflecting on the concept of a leader in reference to a man. That the truth of the matter is, even if you was to get this hypothetical leader, you have no fundamental foundational principles on how to treat him, let alone follow him. Because the concept is based upon a desire. It's not based upon the modality of being in one relationship and making that relationship be incredible. It's based upon fulfilling a fantasy that a man is just a thing. What is that thing? A leader. What does that even fucking mean? How does that translate to spiritual, mental, emotional, physical things? You think you're gonna be satisfied with a leader? A leader in what? Lead you where? To death? A place that we're all going?
He's supposed to change your life. Put you on. That's why he's supposed to lead.
See, I think the concept of the leader comes from the incessant push by the red pill ideology to obtain a woman that's submissive. So, in a lot of ways, I feel like women have used this leadership thing as a covering to push back against the idea of you needing to be submissive. Because when she's talking, you also hear her allude to the fact that she is not going to allow a man to lead until she can see that he can lead. So the reason why I asked that question, even though it was a bit rhetorical about leadership being learned, is because, or rather, can you judge leadership from afar? Because that concept that she speaks of doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to allow you to lead until you prove to me that you can. In which way is a person going to prove to you that they can lead you?
Yo, bro, not to cut you off, bro, but that's basically like saying like you need to see a nigga in the polygamous relationship. Like, let me see how you handle all your other females, so I can know you can lead me. Like, that's some shit. That's what I got from that, because it's like,
I mean, I could get a bunch of kids together and put them in a straight line and walk them in. Like, I could do that. But is that the leadership you're referring to? Because I don't know where you're going to be in a place where you get to visually see tangible evidence of my leadership to then determine if I'm worthy of leading you.
what's this, a fucking sports team? Like,
Bro,
exactly.
Like the scouting combine. We at the scouting combine, and nigga, if you don't run a 4.5 40, like, you can't even get on the field.
This bitch think I'm Doc Rivers, gang. Like,
fucking Bill Belichick in the streets, nigga.
She was like, I need a veteran to lead my bench. Like, wait, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I need veteran leadership.
Like, wait, we trying to win a championship this year, so you're gonna have to put in some long nights. Like, wait,
yeah, is we in a rebuild year, or is this like, are we taking the next step? Like, which one is
real talented people coming out in the draft this year? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wait, is that leadership?
Yeah, so a nigga that can't lead, he dropped to the 5th round type shit. Is that where we at?
I mean, it sends double messaging, right? Because the top 5 reasons people have sex: pleasure, physical desire, emotional connection, validation, self-esteem, reproduction, escape, or to cope. None of those is to seek out leadership. You know, I'm about to give you this pussy because you're just a strong leader.
Yo, last
plate, and I feel like I'm not taking those things off my plate, so you don't see me as a leader, and you continue to go in your masculine, and you continue to do all the things, and you do live your life according to, I don't need you, but I want you. And that's a good place to live, because should you be dependent on anybody? No, but I feel like the power dynamic of all the things that happen is because women, we don't let men lead, and men, they don't want to be leaders, and why wouldn't you? Like, to be a woman is pretty fine. And I'll tell you, in my household, it's great. I don't have to think about anything. Yeah. I just gotta get up. And if the beautiful part about surrendering to your man or submitting to a man who's led by the right thing is, if this thing goes down, it's not my fault. I'm not the captain. I'm not the captain.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
This is listen. We know what above reproach is. Like above reproach. People who believe that what it is that they do can't be judged.
Above reproach means to be beyond criticism or blame, especially in terms of moral conduct. So when you like look halfway decent and you got like a nice disposition, that's pretty much a wrap for her treating you any type of way, because you're gonna smile and assume like her kindness is treating you good.
Mm-hmm.
But when we talk about like relationship dynamics, we talking about explicit things. We talking about like effort and energy towards all things that I'm weak at. Like really immersing yourself in the experience of a relationship versus what you're going to get out of it in reference to like shit. One could please you or you can please me. Right? And when it comes to like pleasing somebody, man, you on a never ending roller coaster with a certain type of individual. But when it comes to a man, it's like shit. Just do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and we good.
Yeah, I hear this argument all the time from women where it's their argument is filtered around all of the things that a man would say in defense of what she has to say. So she has her rebuttals built on his responses. Oh, I need you to be fit, feminine, and friendly. Oh, well, I need you to make six figures. I need you to be able to be submissive. Oh, well, I need you to be able to know how to lead. Oh, I need you to be friendly and fit and all of those pretty things and soft, right? Oh, well, I need you to know how to talk to me. It's like no matter what the man says the issues are or listing the issues that exist, the woman always has a reason for it. Always. And she doesn't just have reasons, she has justifications.
So and it's something that I've realized, like when you represent your grievances, it's not received, it turns into a back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So where a man is more likely shut down around you is just reference to him determining he don't want to argue.
Mm-hmm.
He don't want to go through it. So just keep it to himself.
Yeah,
so,
it's not worth it.
So even being submissive in conversations to whereas you able to receive the downloads from this dude, but then it's like if it ever get to a certain level where it's like I don't want to listen to this nigga, I don't respect him, then don't be with him.
Facts.
Did not lead us into detriment.
Okay, wait. So I have to ask you this question.
Yeah.
So do then you think that women need men?
Absolutely.
Why?
Well, if the roles were right, because theoretically, no person needs another person.
I agree.
Is that true?
No, it's not true.
No person needs another person. Is that true?
That's not true.
There's no way that that's true.
That's not true, bro. That's not true.
Like a human being would literally die without physical touch.
Not even that. It's like when you was a baby, bro, you did not change your own diaper, bitch. You never did that. You never fed yourself when you was a baby.
You did not go to the store and get your first tampon.
It's like so much that people do for. It goes back to what she said earlier. If the ship fuck up, it's not my fault. Like these particular
Like,
concepts, it's not even real life a lot of times with certain situations, especially when you're talking about relationships. Like, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. You can have like a real conversation about money and she'll hear you. But the next time she talk, it's gonna be something about it's gonna be a negative thing in reference to something completely left or what you going through. So what you then have to do is deal with that thing that she's concerned about. And in that space, it's a psychological trick to move you off of what you was even complaining about in the first place. And so these types of things that happen are like very psychological. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody needs somebody. But when you talk about submission to your man, like theoretically, you do need people. So therefore, the person that you need the most is going to be the person that if you slip and fall in the house when you're 75, be your husband. Imagine you slip and fall in the house and you by yourself. I'm saying, like, it's just crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even a question to ask, bro. Like, it's not even a like, do women need men? Like, that's like, do men need women to procreate? Do women need men to procreate? No, they just fucking jerk off and babies appear now. That's how technology have advanced us. No, it
Yeah,
haven't.
they just go unfreeze their eggs and it's purposefully disingenuous, bro. Purposefully.
yeah, join the Discord. We cooking right now. Hope y'all join tonight. Sure, join the Discord. Join the Discord.
Every person can do anything for themselves. Yes, but we desire connectedness. But inside of a heterosexual relationship where a man is the leader and then comes wife and then comes the children, there's an order. The order is broken. And so if I go into my relationship thinking I get to dictate everything, and not to say my husband doesn't heed my advice or I don't get to make decisions or I'm some crazy stepdad wife who doesn't have an opinion or a brain. Let's think about these things, right? If you allow there to be order, and if a man comes in like he is supposed to be the head, and the women we're neck, we lead the direction where the head's going, right? In that perfect order, in that perfect flow, yes, we absolutely need men. Without men, there'd be no women. There'd be no repopulation, right? There's a if you take it down to biblical, because that's what I know. And God says that a man is the head of the household. He is that covering, that provider, the protector, right? But if we don't give that opportunity, the sick part is inside of the roles of, I don't even know, I wish we could go back to 1950.
Me too, but we're black, so that wouldn't have gone well.
I mean,
However,
not slavery 1950.
No,
but
that's not. I'm talking about civil rights, all of that stuff that was happening. And
no,
you
I
know,
meant in the household. The man went to work.
1950, we was the most married group. Now we're the least married group.
I don't understand. And every time we go back to that time, everything is either civil rights and slavery. We were doing more than that.
Slavery was in 1850. It was over by then, and then
like we were doing more than that.
It's crazy. Like,
they're not responsible for that.
1950 was not slavery, bro. That's just crazy. Your grandparents was married in 1950. What does that say?
And civil rights wasn't until the 60s, right?
Like 64, 65, 67.
So in 1950s, niggas was Gucci.
Like married as fuck.
Niggas was Gucci in 1950, bro.
In 1950, a larger percentage of black individuals were married compared to later years. Specifically, roughly 64% of black women were married in the 1950s. 78% of black families were headed by a married couple. So we absolutely want to get back to that.
Yes. Go work for 16 hours, honey. Bring me home your
16 hours.
Well,
It was
you
8
know,
hours.
it was even if it was 12 hours. Let's say you worked 2 jobs, 1 job. Heck, you had a husband who worked on Wall Street. He put on a suit, he picked up a briefcase, he walked out the
8
house.
hours.
And when he came home, he had a scotch and a pipe waiting for him, and his slippers, and his children were well kept, and he had a hot meal, and he had a beautiful wife, and she was wearing a corset dress and
Oh, so
looked so
beautiful.
pretty,
My
and the kids
God.
were read to.
And it's actually women doing that today. They just not like it's bred in them to be like that. But
They not broadcasting it though.
Yeah, they making a hood. They making hot water cornbread. They over here. They doing
Yeah,
all
the new school trad wives are dope, bro. They dope.
It's just like it's just man. It go back to what we talked about earlier, like in demonic possession in reference to these conversations where the word salad is, like all of these things. And I'm telling you, they are filling a void for lack of giving love.
Mm-hmm.
That part is broken because the modality of fuck a thug 1st and then try to manage a marriage and get married after I fuck is the craziest thing that's going to create the word salad. It's going to create all of these confusing concepts within your mind, all of these conversations, because the toothpaste have been squeezed out with the cute niggas. Me and my wife was talking about, we was just joking, driving. We was just like, just talking like, yeah, that nigga was fine though. So, I had to give him some pussy, he sure was fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then double back and say, you know what? I'm looking for a leader. Is disingenuous because the modality of sex is attraction.
Nothing to do with
you on podcast talking about, now we ready to get married and have all these conversations because we is already cooked as a people.
Mm-hmm.
In real life, motherfuckers is with bonnets at the mall with their kids, getting some goddamn clothes to go out with on the weekend.
Facts.
And the Heidi toity motherfuckers act like hood bitches is not spreading like roaches that don't give a fuck about your podcast or what you saying, because she gonna drop down and bust it open
for a real one
immediately.
Listen to some Sexy Red while she doing it.
Pre-game into the Sexy Red.
Been fed, and she had a nanny to help her raise her children because her husband worked so hard, and they had a loving relationship, and he would be the stern hand and the kids heeded their father. I wish we could go back to that, because that's what it should be. Is that what everyone seeks or wants? No, live your best life. Okay, whatever.
I keep saying feminism is a scam.
I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
And again, join the Discord. Always, you can always continue these convos. Jump in with us, jump in with others, talk about things, get into things you're building and working on. We want to create content with people, hit up people in Discord. Somebody always pushing something.
Hoodmystic.com, whiterabbitpsych.com, flameonshop.com, moondaymystic.com. Yeah. Get in with us.
Yeah, a hustler with nothing to sell is a talent wasted.
What you say, AD? My fault.
I said a hustler with nothing to sell is a talent wasted. My fault, man. I'll be sitting there listening to coke music all day. I need to stop.
Music. Yeah. That listen, man, I get in the zone with Stove God Cook, so the Stove God come on, like I don't know, I just have a flashback back to 88.
And I pray they don't come for me. Come on, man.
But go ahead.
I ain't ready to do them 20 years in life for a goddamn brick, so I stopped.
Nah, neither am I. I already did 5.5. That's why I just recite the raps now. Like, I did 5.5 because of that shit. So my bad.
All right, it was one more video in here. What y'all down to do this last one, or y'all?
Let's get to it. Let's finish it out.
Let's put it to sleep like Undertaker.
So this is from Lapeef Network. This new dude on the scene, he giving the new Kevin Samuels Ask a Brother podcast. I'm saying the newest and latest and greatest in red pill talking points, man. Just wanted to hear what he was saying. This is a conversation in reference to equality and dating, which is a crazy, crazy concept. But let's get into it.
It's still feminine, or yeah, in essence, right? And that you don't want what you do to impact how people see you. If we flip it, and this is where I think both sexes can get a better understanding of this stuff. When you all question what it is about men being turned on and turned off about stuff, what's your icks? What's your things that makes it known? I can't do this guy. I absolutely can't take him seriously. I'm not going to return his phone call. That's not my type. Whatever that list of things is that attracts you or turns you away, we have our own version of that. And again, no one has to teach us that.
Well, but my point is that there is a very rigid view of what a woman is. And so I get icks. I promise I do. And I'm not, again, I don't invalidate experiences. It's like how you feel, how you experience things. I'm never going to invalidate that. But there is a very rigid view. Like you have to meet these certain points to be this feminine woman to men. And for me, and the other women can agree or disagree, but for me, the ick normally is that rigidity and all of the things that come with it. The rigid masculinity, the rigid like gender roles.
Why is it rigid?
I don't like because it can never be anything else but what you all see it as, right? Like you're not allowing people to just be people. Like women are not.
So what do she mean by like men having rigid views towards women when it's like I see so many different expressions of femininity? How is a man, and I also see like women with men in all different shapes, sizes, and forms and expressions. So what does she mean by men look at femininity in a rigid sense?
I think what she is referencing is the fact that she's a single woman who takes care of herself, which is what single people are supposed to do. Anyway, I think you gotta let her talk because I don't want to spoil her shit. So let's let her go.
These bullet point things, you cannot list what a feminine woman is because it looks different.
We live
and
in society.
It should look different just like men in their masculinity can look different.
Bo, sorry, Dawn. Bo, I have a question for you, and I hope that this question will illustrate the direction I'm going in.
Okay.
Who do you think has more prerequisites or standards in order for them to be satisfied and interested in order to date the opposite sex? Who got the higher? Who has the much longer list of expectations that the opposite sex has to meet in terms of requirements?
Okay, if we're talking about in society, then I guess it has to be women.
You guess. So, of the few things. So hold on, just one second. So just to clarify, there's actually very few things that men are actually looking for and to satisfy. And I think our standards have had to go down every decade in order for us to be able to still find a suitable partner.
Not mine.
So what I'm suggesting is rather than trying to demonize women with their lengthy list of prerequisites. So for instance, if you feel like you don't want men to be so rigid with their viewpoints, I'm not going to shame women that want a man that's taller than them. I'm never going to shame women that want a man that's not weaker than them. I'm never going to shame women that don't want to be with men that they don't feel safe with and that he feel like that he can't protect them. So rather than being like, well, you just need to change that. No, that's what you can't go through 10,000 years of evolutionary biology and know that who you are and how you've been shaped to be. There's actually certain natural inclinations of which no one had to teach you that you may have felt safer with a man that you weren't looking down on. That's just hardwired in you. So remember when I mentioned about that blank slate theory thing? A blank slate theorist will have issues with the opposite sex's stances of what they're attracted to that they feel they're not measuring up to. So when you hear these men that's going off and complaining about women this and women that, evolutionary biology is learning about, in order for you to not be a genetic dead end as a man, you have to adapt to what women want. You don't get to dictate what it is that women are attracted to or what they want. What they want is what they want, and they're not going to settle. So if we're going to hold women to that standard, then we have to hold men to especially men who have the choice and option as well. The man that you want has standards just like you do. And just like many of the key core things that you either like or don't like or turn-ons and turn-offs, you get to arbitrarily decide which one of those you want to honor or set aside. So too does he. Now, for you, a guy may look at you and initially think a certain thing. Oh, she's going to be rough around the edges. She's doing all this hard manual labor. But what happens to the guy who has that image in his head and then he talks to you and he gets the total opposite experience? Suddenly your job and field and craft of what you do for a living doesn't matter to him anymore. Because experientially, that whatever's happening outside that home, when you walk through that door, he doesn't feel it. Guys ain't, when women are like, if I went to school or I made all of this money, I didn't go to school to make 80,000, 100,000, 125,000 to date a guy that's making 40. We're never going to shame her into accepting the guy that's making $40,000. It's not going to happen. She put herself in a position that that's what it is that she desires. And either she's the type of woman that can garner and get that type of man, or she doesn't. If he's the type of man that's saying, I want a woman that's feminine, soft, respects my leadership, displays submissiveness at times, and works well with me and is on my program, are you the type of guy that can get that out of women, regardless of what she does for a living? Every guy doesn't qualify for the type of woman that he wants. And guess what? Every single woman doesn't qualify for the type of man that she's saying she wants.
Right.
We have to learn how to adjust to the sex we're saying we want. What we're doing as in dating, communication. This is a great, to me, I think this is a really cool analogy. Imagine going for a job interview. You get there, you sit down, you're late, you're in your pajamas, and you slide over your resume, and it's a whole bunch of irrelevant stuff.
And this dude, he remind me of the one dude, Psychedelics, because Psychedelics had the same exact analogy, but he didn't do whatever analogy he about to do. He did an analogy based upon a store, and he said like the way modern women go is like they go to a store, like the store is them on the shelf, and they just like, you know what I'm saying, just buy me, nigga, because I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't trying to market themselves or sell themselves or nothing, in reference to like the type of men that they want got a lot of options. So they more or less got to sell themselves. But when that's ever the case, that's the ultimate triggering point.
Yeah, like that's 1,000% true, because don't women get offended when you say compete?
Yeah. It's just like depending on the type of nigga, you gotta compete, but just depending on the type of guy. So every guy can't say that, but some guys can. But more than not, the guy that a woman wants, she's not the only one that wants him. Therefore, competition is at play. Which then becomes a triggering point. But I think he about to try to elucidate that. But if y'all want to he seemed like he doing a combination of Kevin Samuels and Psychedelics.
I fuck with Psychedelics.
Psychedelics is dope.
It has nothing to do with the job position that you want. And as the person's trying to ask you questions, you're talking about how much you want to make and what your hours is going to be. And they're saying, well, this is what our salary is, and this is the prerequisites of what we're looking for in experience, and this is what we'd be willing to pay you, and this will be the schedule. And you say, yeah, I don't like any of this. I want way more money. You saying 5 days, I'll do 2 days. One of those days is going to be virtual. You just making up your own rules. What's the likelihood of you filling that job position? Are you getting picked? Less than slim to none. Each man, if there's different types of men, there's usually general attraction triggers of what most men want. And the men that are of demand, their standards are even higher. So I'll give you an example on my end. When I was younger and I was chasing after and thirsty and trying to, shoot my shot, and I'm sending flowers and doing all this stuff. And sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. And this is a hell of a lot of effort. By the time I got to 30, things were a little bit different. And when I was on a dating app, I was a BLK Black. I had flew to Atlanta for 2-hour layover, and then I flew to Chicago and landed. When I flew to Atlanta, 2 hours, turned my phone on real quick, turned it back off, didn't check the app, got to Chicago. The 2 hours I was in Atlanta to the half hours I was in Chicago till I got in my cousin's car when she picked me up from the airport, it was 72 to 74 women that had matched with me or initiated contact with me after 2 hours in 2 different cities. You don't get to dictate anything to me. The other 69 women, I can choose. That's the dating market. So if there's nothing else I'm going to say tonight that's going to be helpful, if we understand the opposite sex better, we'll move different. In the global dating market, we ain't worried about America. In the global dating market, in terms of desirability, it's white men at the top. It's black men number 2. It's Hispanic men number 3 and Asian men number 4. In terms of desirability, in terms of all the data and stats that they're collecting in terms of marriages, in terms of sex, access to sex, and the dating app data. Black men are second. Asian men are last. Asian women don't want Asian men in mass. On the flip side, depending on the stat, depending on the data, number 1 is either Asian women or white women, depending on the study. And then number 3 is Hispanic women, and then last is black women.
You just crucified yourself.
It's not crucified, and I'll tell you why. The reason why I'm saying it in that way, and breaking it down in that way, is a lot of this animosity that we're having with each other, black men and black women in this country. Africans don't see us as a part of their tribe. Jamaicans don't see us as a part of their tribe. There are no other groups that do. So if globally you are the least desired, and even the other black people, even if the other black people come here, they will look at you different. And they'll still treat you a little bit different. And it takes you a while to kind of warm up, and they'll be honest and say, when I first came here, my parents said not to deal with the black Americans. I've heard that they have told me this. Who else are you going to listen to in terms of whatever it is that's causing you to be at the bottom of the totem pole of desirability than a black man looking you in your face and saying, this is what I need to feel loved. This is what I need to feel connected. This is what we need in order to feel like we can get back together with y'all. And vice versa. Black women need to communicate and let us know what it is that we're failing and dropping the ball on. So all I'm saying is rather than trying to focus on men need to adapt to me, that's not the real world. If you want the job, if you want the position, you need to fill the prerequisites. If the prerequisites are softness, feminine, non-argumentative, more agreeable, either you want to be that or not. And if you're like, well, I don't want to do all of that stuff to get with a man, you're going to end up with the man that most women don't want and other men don't respect. The man that has respect has standards. And
hold on. Bogey, are you fact checking him right now?
So my thing is, did he say anything that Kevin Samuels have not said already? And what's the point of talking to death, beating a dead horse with this shit? Because the second time I'm seeing it, I don't know, man. Ask a Brother podcast, man. How you gonna ask a brother, man? Ask a brother podcast with all of the answers.
It's and it's just like we just always forget that, like, at the end of the day, like, even when it comes to dating profiles and stuff, like, when you make your profile look a certain way for the person that you were trying to chat or the person that someone's looking for, you are going to get more matches and shit. So we never think about that when we go to meet people and all that shit. We just accept me as I am.
It's like, and it's like, yeah, like we conflate dating apps with desirability and desirability with the potential to have a harmonious relationship, which all three of those things is just separate. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't correlate even if you think they do, and the thing about relationships and love, it ain't really no advice. It's just a bunch of different opinions. It's just a bunch of, I think this episode just more on like the deeper levels of word salad that can be placed before you in a space to where it's like, damn, love yourself and love that person in front of you with your whole heart. And if you don't got nobody, prepare your life as if you're going to meet that person at any day. Don't assume like, all right, I'm never going to find them, so let's get into talking points, or let me deal with like a list of things that I need to meet in this person. Like, you got to do a lot of goddamn soul searching, really, a lot of times with this relationship shit. Not listen to niggas on panels.
You remember how after Soulja Boy came out, Birth Rap was mumble rap was birthed, and after Lil Weezy came out, or rather when he made it to the height of his fame, Sprite rap was birthed. I feel like every time there's a potential polarizing figure, and then they make transition or they lose their spot, there's always minions of that person that pop up. And this is the residual effects to Kevin Samuels. Because I feel like we've got it in Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Cheyenne Bryant. We've got it in this young fella here, and so many others, right? That's why almost every conversation has all of his talking points in it. High value, high functioning, pretty and submissive, leadership. All of the talking points come from Kevin Samuels. Like literally, all of them do. Like even the new, so to speak, red pill ideology is from Kevin Samuels, and Kevin Samuels wasn't even necessarily red pill. So, like, yeah, I totally agree with you. It doesn't make any sense to go off on a tangent or a dissertation, so to speak, just to display, your European intellect. Because first of all, we already know for a fact that women don't listen that long. Like they just don't. And even if they do, they're going to grab onto one word or one phrase within everything that you said, and that is the only thing that they're going to focus on. So, if you understand this, you clearly have to understand this by him being a licensed therapist, right?
Evolutionary biology.
These conversations only really work one-on-one.
If they work at all. That's why I like talking to people, but I don't like talking to people because I can't prepare. I don't know how serious you taking it. And doing this work for so long, being more serious about people's lives than they are, it's not even a place that I even want to exist at, because I can't answer questions in reference to questions that you need to answer for yourself.
Facts. I ain't had so many niggas hit me up and say they need want to do this and do that, and it's like we can do it. I'm ready. I'm down, but it's just like, are you ready? We got a schedule for that shit, because it's like we can start tomorrow. Today, nigga, for real. 5 a.m. Get that shit out the way.
Yeah, and that's what you go and notice about like people in general. They not serious about anything. And if you want to be serious about something, you got to really learn to separate yourself and move at a different space and a different accord. And then when it comes to like relationship advice and certain levels of like podcasting and things like that, the whole goal of it is to make money at a certain point. It ain't really to educate you, because this is really one-on-one, like Ross said. Everything is experiential. So if I'm sitting here talking about women all day long and you meet Shaniqua down the street, my shit is null and void in reference to you and Shaniqua. She got you in all different types of vortexes, dimensions, plays. She doing manipulation rituals on you. You don't know what the fuck is happening. You like, good, can you tell me about Shaniqua? Nope. She from goddamn Antares. They got a different magic from that different dimension. Like it's too vast. You gotta fuck around and find out. You gotta fuck around and find out. And like, it's like
I'm like really just trying to figure out like, damn, this shit really is a nothing ball. And it's like maybe just deal with current events or some shit like that, because it's like it really is a word salad. Like we eating a bunch of words. Cause you niggas say fit, feminine, and friendly until they wifing up a mean fat bitch, and that's they girl. And then they listen to Kevin Samuels every day say fit, feminine, and friendly, and say, yeah, you need a girl that's fit, feminine, and friendly, but you don't got that shit. So what's the point?
Yeah, it's almost like we're having abbreviated conversations about possibilities and probabilities. And the disingenuous part is knowing your audience, knowing who whom and who is listening, and then gearing your dissertation to that crowd, to that particular audience. And for instances like this, which all of us have been systematically wrapped up in for some time now, like I don't know when this latest version of the gender wars started, but we're clearly in one, and we've been in one for some time. Um, the people having these conversations about the issues are not even having conversations about the people. And as far as I'm concerned, when you have a generalized conversation based off of personal experience, that's where you miss the mark. Because we're going to speak in general terms about something that personally I've experienced, but yet my personal experience can't possibly be yours. But at the same time, I am going to speak in a manner that is going to insinuate that my personal experience has to be all of yours. When we all know, like, just based off the basics, like that can't possibly be true. Now, we might have experienced some of the same things. We might have learned some of the same lessons. However, the activities and the occurrences and the times and the places and the people are all different. So until we get to a point where we can have systematic conversations productively, right? Like, let's tackle each subject individually by itself. And then let's grab up all the data and put it together and see where we're at. But that's not the intent of this process. The intent of this process is to talk at people, to talk down to people, and to make people do things that they otherwise wouldn't necessarily do. Because if the population, or rather, if the popular sentiment is you should do A, B, and C, then the collective's response, or rather, the collective's objective is to do A, B, and C because that's the popular opinion. I just think we're beating our heads up against the wall, and the only thing that comes from that is a knot. And no matter how that knot comes, it's still gonna be a knot. But it's like niggas is arguing over which knot is worse.
Discord. Flame on shop.
My fault, I was muted. But I was saying how anecdotes, like, that's something that you personally experience, right? And then a generalization is something that you can say, but then it's like, well, not everybody. So it's like a match made in heaven when you have in a panel, when you have generalizations and anecdotes, because within those particular concepts, you can find holes within them. And therefore we can't really move nothing no further, because it just gets to a point where your statistics is validating your experience on either aisle. And at the same time, how can you give advice to somebody that you don't even know if they wipe their ass or not? You're giving them all this advice, and then they go to their date and now they smelling like shit. And it's like, well, I just assumed you'll wipe your ass. But it's like, if you was one-on-one, you would have knew. Like, everything is one-on-one. But then at a certain point, people have to be so ready to hear the truth. And with anything that you do, especially spiritually, people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear what's going to make them feel better or feel good. So having conversations where you don't want to hear the truth, it's like we never getting nowhere, because niggas hear the truth and immediately want to argue.
And like you said, the truth is stranger than fictions.
Facts.
Discord.
I think this is got like a little bit left. I'll let it finish for this last part.
Oh no, you tend to do that. Go ahead, bro.
So I'm not in the business of trying to transform and say I'm not getting what I want in the dating market, so the problem is all other women. No, the market's the market. I need to adjust to the women. So if you are a woman by default, you have value in terms of beauty. Ain't nobody on the panel ugly. So if you're a woman and you're single and you're 30 or up, the issue is you probably need to adjust to the caliber of man that you say that you want, if you even know where to find him. In the Black community, I'm in a social club in Philly. Working professionals, lawyers, doctors, you name it, right? The women who go to those facilities, to those spaces, have an unusual monopoly on a higher these are dudes that do golf, these are dudes that own yachts, right? All the women who don't know about the social clubs, all the women that don't go to the cigar lounges, they have no idea that there's a whole nother bracket of pool of men that they're not even having access to. A lot of Black women, because they didn't do what's the school? They didn't grow up in environments where they were put into these spaces to be put on game. In terms of when you went to school, why was the Asian women and the white women going for 2 reasons and you were going for 1? You were going to get your degree. They were going to get the degree and to find their partner. So when you walked across the aisle with your diploma in hand, they had the diploma in the ring. It's about mindset, it's about approach, it's about intentionality, and it's about humility of if you are 30 or up as a woman and you are mildly attractive, you're doing something wrong. And your single girlfriends can't help you. And
what you think about that?
It's true, your single girlfriends won't help you.
I just don't like. I don't like people speaking from their perch. Because it's portraying a false narrative that the more and more that it's done, I don't believe it's one of those things that people can come back from. or rather, by the time that they can come back to a point where truth can enter the conversation, they've wasted so much time trying to figure out the nonsense that they don't even care anymore. Now, yeah, that's part projection, but that's the way I view people when they talk down to other
Yeah,
people.
it's kind of like he made a
And
false leap. He said like he was like y'all single and over 30. Then he started talking about college. It's like he made a jump and it's like an assumption that's not really necessarily true. You know what I'm saying? Mm. I think it's an interesting world that like it's like these like relationship shit. It's like it's interesting, but it's not at the same time. Like it's like these niggas is really like talking. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really they just talking. Not in a way where it's like it's not impactful. I don't think they really going for impactful, nor do they have to. But it's also impactful shit happening in the world. Shit like crypto and you know what I'm saying, like shit happening.
and this effectively serves as a
Right.
distraction, right? Because no one is going to derive any level of um, um, benefit from these conversations. If anything, it stands to muddy the water even more. And we're already in murky waters. Like the water in your local town is dirty as fuck right now.
I just seen a sign said don't drink it.
And yeah, yeah, yeah. I just got that memo that came across my TV yesterday. Pennsylvania's water is polluted. Okay.
Filter.
So like these people don't, and this is the reason why you'll always hear disingenuous come out of my mouth, because these people don't care about you. Because people that really care about your plight and what it is that you're going through and what it is that you're experiencing, they give you what you can use based off of what it is that they have to give. These people don't have shit to give. They want you to buy a service. They want you to pay $5,000 to go on a retreat.
change
They
their
want
life.
you to go to a women's conference and be around a bunch of women who don't even like you. Like they want you to buy in because it just gives them the freedom to come up on these platforms and keep doing it all over again.
Yeah, it's a grift. But at the same time, it is what it is. But like I think like it's really a point in time to just like soul search. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I just been at with a lot of shit because it's like it's a void out there. And it ain't like, all right, if you the assumption with all of these conversations is that if you get what you want, you're gonna be satisfied. And if you got any type of esoteric knowledge, you know that that's not true. But man, I'm about to call it a rizzle on this one. Another banger. Episode 12, Word Salad, the Initiate Podcast.
Discord.
Hit him with another one.
FlameOnShop.com.
Yes, sir. Pay attention to that DNA. Pay attention to
White
that
Rabbit.
DNA.
Psychedelics.com.
All right,
See y'all
y'all
real
be
soon.
cool, family. See y'all